neighbors, staff, other attendees. My name is Chris Ryan. I live in the Commission. Thank you for this opportunity to address Council. You may recall that last Wednesday evening I spoke to you of the moral obligation you have to both current and future residents of Mission. Tonight, I would like to address the Genstar Madison proposals before you from a slightly different perspective. A little about me first, just so that you may understand who I am and where I'm coming from with this. I've lived in Mission since 2001. For 4 years I lived in Silverdale on Farrington Street. I think it pertinent to tell you a little bit about my background in order that you may know that I'm not unfamiliar with my topic.
Could you speak, excuse me, a little
Since 1996, I have held the PMP designation, Professionally Certified Project Manager.
Could you turn the volume up a little bit, Mr.
Okay, so anyway, that designation is coming from the Project Management Institute, headquartered in Ann Arbor, Michigan, closely related with George Washington University. Before retiring from government, I worked for the provincial government. I served as acting director for the information technology branches of 2 government ministries simultaneously. Among them, the Women's Equality and Aboriginal Affairs. I held the director's full spending authority during that time. My primary role was ensuring that projects were managed properly, and in particular, that risk management was given high priority. Risk management. One of the many important components of project management is risk management. Risk identification, risk evaluation, risk mitigation, contingency planning, definition of project termination criteria. I'm certain that Genstar Madison will be conducting their own risk management planning. These comments pertain to the Planning Mission City Council and staff, to what they should be doing, and presumably are undertaking. Some obvious ones lead to mind, but there should be many, many more on this list. Failure on the part of Genstar Madison to stay the 20-year course. Inability to sell the homes built owing to high costs and tight credit times. Scope creep, the #1 cause of project cost overruns and missed deadlines. Failure on the part of Genstar Madison to complete their side of the project. Poor project management by Genstar Madison could happen. Shortages of skilled labor at critical times. Economic downturns of lengthy duration. Failure to complete major infrastructure components in a timely manner. Water mains, sewers, storm sewers, roadways, hydro service, telephone service, cable service, roadways, police service enhancements, fire services expansion, ambulance service expansion, hospital enhancements, highway expansion. We're talking about the Ministry of Highways here. Good luck getting everybody on board all at the same time. I know what it's like trying to get various government agencies to work together. Improvements to secondary and tertiary access routes. I mean, if the Lougheed Highway is underwater due to a major flood, how are you going to get people in and out of that area? You're going to use Keystone, Olson, and the Hayward Dam? Is that it? You got 30,000 people over there. Snow removal, police services expansion, geotechnical difficulties. How about disaster management and civil defense to handle floods, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions? Well, Baker's long overdue. And for that matter, we're overdue for a 9+ earthquake, according to the seismology experts. All this for increased population. Failure to achieve desired growth in jobs available. That one seems highly likely. Discovery of unforeseen difficulties. That could be anything from discovery of archaeologically important artifacts to geotechnical difficulties to financial difficulties or any of thousands of other problems. There should be a plan in place to look at that. The very real probability of a stop work order from Environment Canada, DFO, or the Provincial Ministry of the Environment. Legal wrangling by one or more stakeholders to alter the terms of the agreement. We've already seen that one first round from the GenStar, that letter, which, thankfully, you responded to quickly, quashing that particular attempt. There will be more. This is just the beginning. For a project of this scope, there should be literally hundreds of items on this list. For each, there should be a statement of the probability of occurrence of each element, a clear statement of what the parameters of the impact might be, what can be done in advance to minimize the risk of these events occurring, what contingency plans need to be in place to deal with each of them or any combination of them, who would be responsible for the execution of these plans, and who their backups are, what project reserves and other resources would be needed to respond appropriately and in a timely manner in the event that they do occur. Let me be clear, I've never managed a project of anything like this size. I do know, however, that it will need a very highly experienced project manager to run it, one who is a professional project manager, one who has managed projects in this size bracket. Such individuals are not easily found, and when they are, they're expensive. It is imperative that this individual not be paid for in any way by GenStar Madison. Or for that matter, by any other company that may be involved in this project. They must be paid for by the residents of Mission. GenStar Madison can and will provide their own project managers. Ours must be their boss, not the other way around. Questions for Council, by the way, Mayor Atterby, and with all due respect, these are not rhetorical questions, referring to the events of the other night. They are questions requiring answers, but not on my time, please. I would ask that you make note of them. Who on Mission City staff is charged with risk management, and what are their qualifications? What risks have been identified to Mission City Council pertaining to the GenStar Madison development proposal? What evaluations have been determined regarding these risks? What mitigation strategies have been identified to deal with these risks? What are the contingency plans for each of these risks? If we go forward with this sadly flawed project, what is our exit strategy? And how much will it cost each taxpayer in Mission to exercise it? Mayor Atterby, councillors, it is your duty to ensure that the people that elected you are not unduly put at risk in any way. Another speaker took a line from the Hippocratic Oath. First, do no harm. By accepting your current positions, you automatically took on the responsibility of ensuring that you do no harm to our community or your electoral base. I am sure that each of you is doing his or her utmost to do what is best for the people of Mission. The best way to mitigate the risk of a very shaky project like this is to decline to undertake it in the first place. Failure to undertake appropriate risk management activities and planning around a massive project such as this would be very irresponsible indeed, so I'm certain that this must already have been addressed. Such plans should be readily available for review and comment by stakeholders, such as your electorate. Have these been published? If so, where can we review them? I'd like an answer to that question right now, please.